Just a quick update on this one tonight. I'm not going to be here long, just finishing off, doing a few last little bits before I give you all a little update, little sneak peek into the next episode. Wait for a few people to jump on the live, and I'll have a little walk around. Evening guys, just waiting for a few more people to jump on the live. Just a quick update on the Scania for you, bit of a sneak peek into the next episode. Show you a few things we've been up to. Not going to be on long tonight, just finishing up, got a couple of things left to do. I thought I'd give you a little live, say hello, have a bit of a chat before we shoot for the evening. But don't be shy guys, say hello. Who have we got on this evening? Evening everyone. Evening Ricky. Evening Serene. Have you started on the front bumper yet? No, not yet Ricky. I'll show you that in a minute actually. It's in a bit of a state. Currently sat outside that front bumper. got the bracket removed from the front bumper. There's a bit of rust in it, not in the bracket, in the actual bumper. Want some repairs, some holes. I'm going to take these off and get this empty because it's full of old metal shot at the minute, obviously to put the weight in it, but it's all gone rusty and minging, so take these cover plates off, empty this bumper out, and we'll probably have it refilled with double density concrete before we put it back on. But there's plenty of bits and bobs to be doing on it, holes everywhere. We're going to be reworking that a little bit, making a few little changes to it, try and make it a little bit more appealing. My phone's getting wet through here, guys, so I'm going to have to go back inside. Oh, it's grim out here today. Gone cold as well, hasn't it? Weather certainly dropped. So a bit of an update for you on the 143. A few bits been going on this, so not going to be on for long tonight, guys. Just thought I'd give you a little update before I leave for the evening. The biggest update being she's got a face back. It's looking like a truck again. We've got the grille back from paint, I've fitted that. I've also fitted these handles back on, which are part of the hinges. She's all detailed underneath there as well. We've repainted all that mesh, all the bracket. She's looking tidy. Still need an intercooler. Many of you guys on here know anyone breaking a 143 V8, obviously. I need an intercooler, because this one's actually got a hole in just on the bottom there. It's been rubbing on something in the past and it's burst through one of the vanes, so I need to source one of them. They're pretty dear out of Scania, best part of £2 grand, so I don't want to be paying the Scania tax on that if I can avoid it. But yeah, she's looking good. She'll look nice when she's done. She certainly will. Getting the interior back for this on Wednesday as well. Finally. Should start getting places now pretty quickly. We've got the, if you didn't join the last live a few days ago, we've got these wheel arch sections back on now as well, which we got back from paint. All new brackets. We got out of Scania because the old ones were rusty. These was all scratched and marked up when we got them off Scania. Looked a right mess, so we've had to actually repaint them before we fitted them, but that's another gap filled. And we're talking about possibly making a bit of an infill plate for there. What do you reckon? Should we leave it be as it is, or should we make some sort of a, you know, something just to fill that gap? I'm not entirely sure about that, so opinions on that, drop us some comments. What do you think? I'm also after your opinions on this. So I've got some new headlights for this. Now, there's our new headlights. You can see them. And to me, I just don't like the look of them. If you look at these compared to the old ones, which I'll show you in a minute, these just don't look like they're going to fit as good as the old ones. Now, the old ones, the only thing that was wrong with them really was the reflectors in the back had gone rusty on the inside, which I'll show you in a minute. You can see through the mountains of dust. I won't really be able to see inside there. But basically inside there was all rusty. Now if you look at the shape of these compared to them new ones, obviously we've got a bit of a chamfer which sits into the front grille really nicely. And the new ones are aftermarket, obviously, and they're pretty much squared off. I don't think they look as good. So what I'm thinking of doing is just taking the reflectors out of the new ones, being this bit. I'm thinking of taking these and putting these inside there, cleaning these old ones up, reusing the old glass, and obviously repainting all the surrounds and everything, rather than fitting those things. I just don't think they look right at all. What would you do, guys? Would you fit the new ones, or would you rebuild the old ones using the new parts out of them? You reckon we go for the infill, Ricky? Yeah, I think we do as well. This fills the gap, doesn't it? Makes it look a bit different. So I think that's going to be the plan. I think we'll go with using those reflectors in those lamps. You can see the difference for me, can't you? They just look absolutely garbage. I weren't very happy with them when they turned up, to be honest, but you're kind of limited to what you can get for these old 143s now. Rebuild the old ones. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do, to be honest. Because I thought these would actually come off, these outer trims, and fit over the top of there, but they actually don't. This is all actually part of the lamp. So they are just completely different. So I need to refurb these buckets as well. I'm going to be repainting, cleaning all this up obviously, sanding it all down, repaint all the buckets, repaint all the surrounds. And we've got to get the old wiper mechanisms working, because I think they're seized up, and obviously replumb them for the washer jets. The wipers and all that have all got to be refurbed, and then we're going to be running all the wiring back into these as well. Evening, Dave. Rebuild the originals, definitely. Yeah, I think we're agreed on that. Evening, Jim. Swap reflectors, but don't infill the side. Leave as is, original as possible. Thing is, I weren't entirely sure, Jim, if there should have been something there. This is the first 143 I've ever done, so I wasn't sure whether there was actually a panel that was made for there and this just hasn't got it, because it just seems odd that that finish is there. It almost looks like there should be something here. I could be completely wrong about that, but I'll have to do a bit of research. Maybe some of you guys might know more about these than I do. Again, if you've not caught the last episode, we've been starting putting these top lockers back in now as well. And because we've made a custom roof liner, hold on guys, I think there's a lamp in here. Yeah, there is. Just let me turn the torch on so you can see a bit more. Don't grab that, it's not bolted on. There we go, you can see now. Yeah, so because we've had to make a custom headliner for it, we'd obviously covered these holes. So we've just put these in for mock-up at the minute, just so we could re-drill these holes and get that bolted in, because these have got to come back out anyway. Because when the interior comes back on Wednesday, we've actually got to fit these side cards in before these lockers. And then we've got to get the windscreen put back in before we can fit these A-pillar trims, because they have little cutouts for the windscreen seal as well. And we also need to put some material down here between the windscreen and the lockers. I'm going to put some upholstery in that as well, which is getting there. And then obviously we've had all the front of this, where you've got all your speaker covers, your switch panels, your lift up locker hatches and all that sort of stuff is all painted white as well. And then all this lower dash section is going to be painted white, which will tie into this centre console. And obviously the end caps that go on here are white as well. And you'll see the custom interior we're getting put in this is going to be very, very nice indeed. Again, we dropped a sneak peek of that into the last episode. If you've not watched it, it's there on the channel. Feel free to jump on there and have a watch of that. Just took delivery of another vehicle today as well, which I'll show you in a minute, which is going to be one of the next videos to come. Let's get this out of the way. Bear with us a sec, guys. I'll just show you these as well, actually, what I've just fitted. I think we need some new grill struts as well, because these aren't holding the weight very well. You see those there. We've got all our headlight brackets, all zinc plated, both sides. I think it just looks a bit neater rather than faffing about painting stuff and messing about with old scabby stuff. We just basically shot blasted these, sent them off for zinc plating. Also all the brackets for the power steering reservoir, and we had all these brackets done for the grill catches, and we actually had the full torsion bar done as well, and all the airbag bracketry and all that sort of stuff as well. That all came out pretty good. Should look pretty decent by the time all the headlights are in. But I am in need of a few parts. If anyone again can help us out on that, could do with finding someone who's breaking one of these 143s. I've found a few online, I've messaged, but they don't actually have the parts that we need. So I need an intercooler, as I've just said. I need a Scania badge, which is the old Saab Scania. 75mm it is. And I've been online and I can find like 45mm, 55mm, 60mm. I cannot find a 75mm Saab Scania badge for the front of this, because the old one is completely worn off. It's just basically a round silver badge. No, there's nothing on it at all anymore. What else do we need? Top marker lights for the sun visor, the old square type. Need some top markers for it. I won't mind the light bar as well, if anyone knows of any light bars going. Also on the side of the headlights, there's a panel that fastens between the headlight and the step plate there that the indicator lamp bolts to. The ones on this are smashed, absolutely knackered, so I need some of them as well. As far as I can remember, there wasn't anything where you are looking at Philly. I may be wrong, but I don't think I am. Yeah, you could well be right, Jim. It just looks a bit odd, and obviously first one we've restored, it just looks like, if you look at it from here, obviously all this is filled and then it just stops there, so it just seems a bit odd. But anyway, we'll come back to that. It's not pressing. What else do we need for this thing? I could do with an original horn as well. Original horn. I could do with some of the switch panels off the dashboard, because some of those, the corners have broke off, and actually some of the switches as well that we're after. Wiper arms. I don't think the wiper arms are very good on this either. Could do with some of them. Front Scania badge, that's all cracked as well. Now, it is repairable, but if I could find a genuine one that's in good nick that I can just sort of tart up and repaint, same colour as all the step pods and everything, we're going to be doing the Scania bit in silver. Obviously all the surround's going to be in black, but just the Scania bit we want to do silver, so I could do with a new Scania badge for there as well. Mirror arms, again, they're not the best on this, they are pretty scabby. I reckon we're going to find some holes by the time we run these through the shot blaster. I don't want to be putting aftermarket crap on it, they just never seem to fit right, so I could do with some of them as well. Other than that, I think parts wise that's all we're pressed for at the moment. Again, if you didn't catch the last episode, we actually dragged this outside, run it round the yard a little bit, and got everything working. We give it a quick wash off. First time it's seen the light of day since we painted it, to be fair. It's been sat here gathering that much dust. We just thought we'd get it out and give it a wash. We've got the back lights going in. We need to get an emergency stop switch in there. Obviously we've put the work lamps on, put some little outline markers on. We're just on with wiring. The lights in this side now, again that's work lights on, outline markers on. And we're just starting to run the wiring looms into the back. We're putting full new looms in this from front to back. We've basically ripped out all the old crap. And we're fitting everything new. We've run like an aluminium track up across the top, which it never used to have. So we can put the wiring on top of that, just to hide the wiring out of the way. And then it also gives us somewhere to fasten our interior lights to. So we can position our interior lights slap bang in the middle there. And we've got some proper bright, good quality LED strip lights in there. We're not putting that cheap fibre optic rope stuff in because it don't last 2 minutes. We've got our wheel arch cut out, ready to go on. We're just waiting for some body mounts, which we're struggling to get hold of at the moment. It's on temporary body mounts, but there's our full arch liner, which we've cut out for the cross member. So we can't put that on until we've got brackets for in there. We need some brackets for there, because at the moment, obviously, we've just got it sat on temporary blocks. They're 2-inch blocks, which level it up perfectly with the top of here. Anything more or less than that leaves us with the body in the wrong position. So it ends up sitting either too high compared to the stiff leg or too low. So 2 inches perfect, but then we're not going to be strong enough. They're just some nylon blocks under there at the moment for temporary measure, just to keep these held on while we're working on it. So as soon as these pads come, we're hoping we can get them out of Boniface now, bolt this on permanently, and then we can put the full arch liner in there. And this wheel arch does actually stick out a little bit as well, gives it a nice chunky look, because obviously these wheels protrude the body. I've actually done a little bit of digging on this as well, and we've found some information on it that this body and gear wasn't actually made for this truck. This body and equipment actually came in on an old bonneted Kenworth imported from the States, and it was then taken off the Kenworth, modified and dropped on this truck. This used to be a 4x2 tractor unit. It used to do a lot of trips to and from Gibraltar, we've been told, and then they've obviously stretched the chassis, added an additional twin tag on the back, which is a BPW axle, and then made this body and this equipment suit even that old chassis. So that was a nice bit of information to find out. It's nice to find out the history of these trucks as well as when you're restoring them. It's always nice to know the previous lives, who built them, how they were spec'd and so on. We've actually spoken to a previous driver of this truck as well. He ran this truck for years. So it was nice getting some information off him as well. I'm going to take you over to the latest shed we've just got, just before it goes dark. Some of you might not be interested in this, but I'm going to show you anyway. In fact, let me just grab a torch because it's going dark. It was light when I came in 15 minutes ago. Are you off, Ricky? Have a good one, mate. That one's dead. At least the rain stopped for a minute. Can you see it yet? Look at this old beast. So this is an BMW 525 Lux Edition, 1988. It's a 2.7. They only made the Lux Edition in a 2.7, I believe. Quite limited as well. Just pulled this out of a garage in the northeast Sunderland area. Sat there for many years. Looking a bit worse for wear. So we're going to be doing a will it start video on this. We're going to be giving it its first wash in God knows how many years. Absolutely covered in decades of grime and crud. You can see it's been stood for a very long time. Take you for a little look around her. You don't see many of these anymore though, do you? So we're not going to be restoring this one, we're just intrigued. It popped up, we was offered it, and we thought, you know what, let's see if it'll actually run and drive, see if we can get it started, driving, have a bit of fun in the yard of it, do some donuts, have a mess about, give it a wash, see how clean we can get it after all these years, and then it'll be fired off, and hopefully either someone will save it, or it'll be a good parts car to save a few others of these cars and keep a few other cars on the road. But we won't be scrapping it. It's a shame to scrap something like this when people can make use of the parts. I know how much of a struggle it can be to get all the parts sometimes, especially with these old cars. So it'd be a shame to scrap it. So hopefully someone will take it off us and make use of it. Interior's not actually too bad. It's definitely done the rounds. It's got loads of stickers all over it, so it's done quite a few trips. It's even got the original BMW fire extinguisher in it, and check that out. Well, last time we'll get a bottle of pop and take you. As I was saying, she's definitely done some journeys. It'll probably come up alright in here, to be fair. Considering it's been sat for so long. Loads of cobwebs on it though. And we even got the key for the steering lock. It actually still had the steering lock on it when it came out of the garage. Oh, I think I lost you there for a minute. Brian Adams. What else we got? Genesis. Any of you guys want these, feel free to pop me an email or a message. And I'll happily post these out to you. The Beatles. And now that's what I call music. 46. Bloody hell, what number are we on now? We've got to be in the 100. Jones. And I'll pop me an email, andy.fms@hotmail.co.uk, and I will post these out to you. They're only going to go in the bin. They are no good to me. What else is this? Robbie Williams, Sing When You're Winning. Some keys in there as well. Probably the champ's house keys. Makes you wonder if this guy was in the forces or something, because I'm noticing a lot of stickers for like Air Force stuff. What does that say? Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. North East Restoration Club. Can't read. Hurricane Classic Wings. Durham Northumberland Wing Act. Stephen Young did the man to leave for a new home. Which one, mate? Well, yeah, there she is. I thought I'd give you a little look at that. There's a video coming soon on this. See if we can get it running and driving. And we will be doing a bit of rallying around this yard in it for a laugh. It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? Make my way back over here, guys, because that rain's coming in again. Blue GTE one. No, it's still for sale, that one. There was supposed to be somebody coming and having a look at that this weekend, but they had to pull out, some personal issues. So that's still up for sale. The old garage fine one. Good car, that. But to be fair, there's quite a lot of stuff coming and going at the minute, so there's going to be a bit of space freed up. And if it doesn't sell in the next few weeks, I'll just pull it back in the unit, mate, and go through it myself. Get all the bits done to it, get it MOT'd, do all the running gear, and then probably relist it for sale or keep it in the collection. Just place you there for a minute, guys. Just go and grab some. Right guys, there's not much going on tonight. Unless anybody's got any questions before I shoot. Just about finishing off now. Again, just thought I'd give you a little update on the Scania, a little sneak peek. It's getting its face back. Should start going places pretty quickly now, this truck. Just starting to put together the next episode. There should be some really good, exciting things coming for this build very soon. Should start transforming very quickly. And taking shape very quickly as well. Again, if you've not caught the last episode, it is on the channel, available to watch. If you've not subscribed, please jump over there and subscribe, hit that bell icon. And don't forget, we do have a Mark II channel as well. We're going to be putting some footage on there soon. It's a brand new channel, not many people on there just yet. So once we've got a few more of you guys moved over there, we're going to be uploading some videos on there. And we're also going to be doing more of the lives on the Mark II channel as well. Rather than doing them on this main channel. Just keeping two channels, two bits of different footage really. It's going to be some behind the scenes stuff on the Mark II channel. So the Mark II channel is basically the same. It's Retro Restoration Garage Mark II, or MK2. Retro Restoration Garage MK2. If you're not over there yet, jump over there and subscribe. We'll see you all over there shortly. That's going to be it for this evening, guys. Finish off, pack some stuff away. Lock up, get myself home. I hope you all had a good weekend. I'll see you all on the next video or the next live. Catch you all later.